The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback out of North Carolina State. It's Phillip Rivers.
In some ways, he reminds me of a past NFL great who played the quarterback position as well. Jawing with the opposition, trash talking a little bit. Doesn't mind getting hit and battered around some that kind of gets him into the game. But once it's time to lock in, Phillip Rivers does that as well as any quarterback in the league.
He's got time. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure. But it falls incomplete, and it's second down. The starting lineup for the Chargers of San Diego. Who are we discussing out of this unit, Charles?
A big guy out of Arkansas. Their tight end, a second-round pick, Hunter Henry. Many people had a first-round grade on him. Thought he was the best tight end coming out of the draft. Has the ability to get down the middle of the field, get into the seams, and knows how to find dead space against the defense and create plays.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
Brandon Marshall, no, not the wide receiver, a quality linebacker who can cover very well.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, Rivers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
On 4th down, it's Drew Kaiser on to kick it away for San Diego. Emmanuel Sanders deep for the Broncos. Now Sanders. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League. First carry now for Jordan Howard. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Here's the offense, and you got to talk about the guy that they nicknamed Bebe, Charles Demaryius Thomas.
You worry about him catching the ball, but you worry more about what he does after the catch. Big, strong, physical. He makes plays downfield.
Clock winding down. They go with Howard again. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. That 2nd down run, a big help as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here in this situation. They stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the 1st. Well, the coaches mentioned they weren't as concerned about big play offense. They thought they could get some shorter, quicker stuff and be consistent, and that's kind of what they showed there.
What they saw in preparation, what they saw on film, is a defense that likes to get out fast in terms of coverage, meaning they either bail out or they give them a lot of space to throw the underneath stuff, so they decide they take advantage of it and worked on it hard in practice this week.
And brought down there by a pair of Chargers on the stop. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
Corey Legion is rapidly making a name for himself as a defensive tackle. Knows how to penetrate upfield and disrupt plays in the backfield.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, there's what we call an even front or an odd front. And an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the two defensive tackles in a four-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed of the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses. And now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one. That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
The play clock's running down. On first, they go right back to Howard. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I can't help it. I'm just sitting back in admiration right now. This defense tells everyone that plays against them, you're not beating us running the football. That's who we are. That's what we're about. It's not going to happen. If you're going to beat us, you better pick another way.
So this will be the 9th play on this drive. Now the former Utah man, this is Devontae Booker. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Their big tight end, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are. But that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws, they become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Look at the spin. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too. And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. They come up in an offset eye. They go again with Oliver. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Third and short yardage, Rivers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They run it here with Oliver. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Now a carry here for Zach Stacy. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
Brandon, that's a body blow type of a run. The type of run that if you keep getting them and accumulating them throughout the game, that'll really wear a defense down as we get to the fourth quarter.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've hit the end of quarter one. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On third down, Rivers. And he will find his man on the outside. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers defense now getting set and taking the field. And as we're going to see right here, they have been laying some pretty electrifying hits in this one.
And these are for real. Okay, as you watch, think about putting yourself in that spot, about being the ball carrier or the receiver.
I don't want to.
And then taking that shot, it is something else. It's not like when we were watching that video clip where they showed you how they make sounds for movies. This is for real.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. Room here to run. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it'll be good for a Denver first down.
I've yet to meet a wide receiver who likes to block more than catching the football. But the best ones understand that that's how they'll actually get more passes thrown to them if they help in the run game. And anytime you get a run of that yardage, that means the wide receivers did help. They get down to what a lot of people call the second level, the linebackers, or the third level where the defensive backs are, and they get out in front and put their bodies out there and create more space for their runners to gain the yardage.
And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. This is Howard on second down. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And sometimes those slants they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Now McManus for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
And ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
These are not the runs that you worry about early in the game. These are runs that you're establishing now for later in the game, trying to wear a defense down and create holes that you'll exploit later.
The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On the run, it's Oliver. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're...
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Keenan Allen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And that one makes it 14-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
They'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because their only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove. hoping to bring his arms down.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
The youngest member of the Colquitt punting dynasty, if you will. This is Britton Colquitt to punt it away. Travis Benjamin, deep for San Diego. They'll need to get the play off quickly. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Rivers now on 2nd down. And right side, Henry's got it. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play from our studios in Orlando. Rivers on 1st down. Incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the 2nd level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
So 2nd and 10 here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 2nd down, Rivers again. And this complete to Henry over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. And on 2nd and 10 now. They'll come out in the pistol. A 2nd down throw for Rivers. Henry's got it out on the left side. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Rivers again. And it's complete. Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their 1st, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now a 1st down following that long gain. The 1st down throw here for Rivers. Surveying the field. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. From the red zone now, Rivers. This will be caught at about the 5. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2.
Quarterbacks like throwing the slant route, but they have to be careful about ball placement. They have to put it in a spot that makes sure the receiver has his body in front of the defender.
Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here.
3 down. Set, 390.
Again, it's Rivers. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am, go ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And some room to maneuver. Give them 16 on the pickup, and it'll be first down, Denver.
Every now and then when we see a really good run, we really tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen. What the offensive line did, what the receivers did to help. Sometimes the running back's pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of good yardage and made it happen with great effort.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding time. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. Right now, we've got a tie game, and that just means exciting football for us in the second half, as we'll have two teams playing 2 quarters to decide a winner. All right, let's get it going. Here's the first half highlights. They take it at the 33-yard line. The pass will be completed into coverage, and they cap off the drive with the score. The Broncos is up now by 7. 1st and 10. Pass coverage will break down here, and this goes 52 yards for the score. The Broncos up now by 14. Chargers on offense midway through the second. Allen by himself here, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. The Chargers down by a touchdown. Chargers with the ball late in the half. Quick pass is complete, and he'll be tackled at the 26-yard line. Staying late in the second. They'll look to the end zone here, and he capped off the long drive with the TD. We're brand new at 14. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the second half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Second down to the offense needing 5 yards. Now Howard. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I love when a play results in a game that I can actually kind of fall back on one of my favorite adages, and that is anytime there's a run over 10 yards, it means that the offensive line did its job, but you know who else did? The wide receivers. Because the first 7 yards kind of belong to the offensive line and the running back. Anything after that means the wide receivers did a great job of blocking downfield, being willing to mix it up, and give them some more space to gain additional yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
That draw play got blown up by the blitz of the defense. Ordinarily, that's exactly what you want. You want them to blitz and they go past you and you go past them for a big gain. But in this situation, they hit him at the worst possible spot. Right exactly where you were running the draw, and he got in there and got him.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Denver. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. A couple of Broncos there in on the tackle. Here we go with 2nd and 7.
Double tight, guys, double tight. We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
They run, it's Oliver. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for L.A. Yeah, Sanders now to return. Wow, evasive.
Make them miss.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And the Charger defense now making their way back out onto the field. They did their job last go-around, forced the punt, hoping for more of that here.
They got off the field. That's exactly what they wanted to accomplish. Get off the field, turn the ball over to their offense, and kick back and enjoy a little bit of water and rest before they have to go back out there again.
Back out there now, hoping to hurry up and get more water and rest. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
But that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
Hey, cut in right. Watch that in.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Nice play, baby. Nice play.
Fresh set of downs here.
One time, one time. Tight end one, tight end one. Now let's go.
Running with Howard. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Time running out here on the play clock. They'll drop to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
Face mask. Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
Give to Howard. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And it'll be good for a Denver first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They come out here in the eye. Booker on first down. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it was almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Called fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
So they're operating in the red zone.
Well, if you like the guys who run the ball, you're enjoying watching this. But the other guys, especially the defense coordinator, trying to figure out an answer on how to slow down the running game, I think maybe starts to call more blitzes, because you can call run blitzes in order to try and get more people to the point of attack.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I's, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Their big tight end. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. That time, a 9-play drive, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it'll be a Los Angeles first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Here's a carry for Oliver. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. Back now in Los Angeles. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Throwing, Rivers. Going deep here for Allen. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Charger defense now as they get set back out there. They struggled that last drive. They were kind of hit two ways, both with the run and the pass.
And I love how you brought hit into it because a lot of defense coordinators like to show a little cut-up film the night before a game. They usually have some boxing in there, and it always shows the guy being the aggressor, the guy on his toes punching, not back on his heels taking punches, and that's where this defense was on the last possession.
They were on their heels. Will they be on their heels again? Let's see. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Sanders has it over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go. Watch it now, Barney.
Play clock winding down. He'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he fires one, but incomplete. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Denver. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now the Broncos heading back out onto the field. They forced the punt the last time, got off the field. I'm sure some of your D coordinators through the years, you liked when you heard those words, get off the field.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Or maybe you didn't like it when you heard those words.
It depended on when they were yelling them. But in this situation, absolutely perfect. Get off the field, force a punt, let the offense take over and do their thing, and it resulted in a field goal.
Now we'll see if they can do that again. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
A second down throw for Rivers. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for third down.
Playing pass all the way.
To throw, Rivers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Here's Drew Kaiser now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A chance for us to look at this Chargers defense again.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They run with Howard. Oh, he bowls over him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So it'll be first down here after the run.
Green 39.
On a handoff, this is Howard. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. And brought down there by a pair of Chargers on the stop. Second down following the run.
Watch that in. Cut his right. Cut his right. Here we go now.
And they'll run it here. And no room that time. Getting it to about the 46. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6. So the offense dealing with a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On 1st and goal, Howard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, Why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down. Have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Melvin Ingram in there to get him for a loss of 5. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. The play clock's running down. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And McManus able to put it through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the 4th quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It's complete right side to Benjamin. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. First down, Rivers. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line. Rivers to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here's Rivers. Incomplete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So the roughing the passer penalty, 15 yards, and Charles, the defender, needs to know to stop there.
We've been talking about it for years. You essentially get 1 step after the quarterback throws his pass. Anything close to that or beyond that, you're going to get flags.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. So a big roughing the passer penalty, Charles, and of course that's 15 yards.
And everyone knows how protected the quarterbacks are. You've got to make sure that when you launch at a quarterback that you're hitting him in the right spot and in the right time.
Now Rivers. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again.
And they put it in the end zone, which was job 1. Now they have to convert. And then it's decision time, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is what all teams go through. You look at the clock, you're inside 2 minutes, look at your timeouts, make that onside kick decision.
Yeah, how do you feel about your defense, where you are in terms of the scoreboard, and the time left on the clock, as you noted, so many things to go through.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They've got the lead by 3, late stages of the game. What's the message here? Just hang on to the football? Is it that simple?
That's exactly right, because ball security is paramount. And you got a small cushion. A field goal can tie you, but you don't even think that way. Just take care of the ball, close out the game.
Will they close it out? We're about to find out. And able to push it. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Denver, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week against the Oakland Raiders. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.